How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to look at some Wii U emulation. I was going to look at Wii, but we'll do that tomorrow. I just set up the Wii U emulator and I really wanted to show you guys how to do it, so I want to do that first. So yeah, the Wii U emulator is a little bit strange because there isn't actually a supported Linux version for it. So what we need to do is, right, so we're in the desktop mode, obviously. We're going to go to Cemu website. So I don't need to do that. I mean, you guys, it's pretty self-explanatory. So go to Cemu's website, download the version. It's going to be a Windows file. So what we want to do is, let's just say it goes to your setup here. This is the EmuDeck emulation setup. So once you've run EmuDeck, it creates a load of folders for you, like ROMs and stuff. And it creates a Wii U folder. So what we want to do is add our Cemu files to this folder here, like I've done here. Basically all the files, just extract the zip file into this folder, give you like the exe file, etc, etc, etc. You've got to create another ROM file in this folder, and that's where your ROMs are going to go. So I've got 3 games to test out today. Pretty much the classics, the ones that you guys want to see. And so once we've got our ROMs in this folder, we've got our Cemu in this folder. We can then go to Steam ROM Manager. It's a little bit complicated, I know, but it's not massively difficult. It just sounds like there's a lot of steps to it, but if we just open Steam ROM Manager, see, this comes installed with CemuDeck, and this will allow you to like get all the games in your front end of the game mode. So if we go to preview, actually wait, we don't go to preview yet. We'll go to the tab for Cemu. So what we want to do is make sure I mean, if you've done what I've just said, it should be, but it basically tells you where to put the Cemu exe, and that's where he decided to put it. By the way, guys, in the newest beta, there's a weird bug where your keyboard will continuously just come up. It's a little bit annoying. Hopefully they get that sorted straight away, but that's literally the only bug I've found out in this in the last beta. So yeah, the ROM directory is where I told you as well. Once that's all set up, you'll be able to go to preview, and then you generate an app list, and then it will add the games into your front end. And once you've got your games in the front end, if you go to library, I'm not sure what the hell this is updating. So I'm re-recording audio over this because my dog decided to bark and ruin most of my audio. Basically what we want to do now is we're in Steam. As you can see, we've got our Steam games here. They won't work straight away because we need to add a Proton layer to them. So that requires us just to go to compatibility and choose the newest Proton layer. And that will work. It's been working for me perfectly. So just choose the newest Proton layer. And the next step we need to do is find Cemu and just continue with the first setup of Cemu, so that it doesn't ask you to do the first setup when you run Mario or whatever game you're trying to play, because otherwise it won't open the game. It'll open Cemu and ask you to do the first setup, and it'll stop your game from working. So you just need to add Cemu as a non-Steam game, open it, do the setup, but because EmuDeck's already added the games, you don't need to worry about that. It will automatically add the games anyway. You just need to get that first setup stage out the way. Once that's done, your games will run perfectly, as you will see in this next video. So, as you can see, our games are here. Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Mario World. So, because we've already set them up previously, we just click play on them. And everything goes well, it should work. And boom. We've got our Wii U emulator set up. There's also another layer of stuff you can do, like the graphics packs. You can force it to display at 720p, and therefore you can run at a lower wattage because you're only running the game at 720p. Just show you some quick statistics we've got set up here. So this doesn't really matter that much. It's a locked 30 FPS game, so we can just leave that as is. Weirdly enough, I don't know if it listens to wattage very much in this, but I've managed to go to 5 watt and I get a nice consistent 30 FPS in the game. So it is running on the Vulkan backend, so it's not like it's I mean it's a really well optimized backend for the for this proton layer, I guess. I don't know, I just didn't expect it to run as easy as it does, so if we just start this, I already tried it out earlier just to make sure everything was working. As you can see, we're going to get 2 hours and 58 minutes of battery life here. And as you can see, this Twilight Princess is running. When you first run these games, you'll have some shaders to compile, but once you've compiled them, you get a smooth gameplay experience. There is a way to force the compile of all shaders. It's something that you have to do in the back end on Cemu, but I haven't found that really necessary at the moment. Although saying that, I haven't actually played a lot of this game. As you can see, I'm in the first area, so maybe if like you get further into the game, it's having to constantly compile shaders, you might want to look into that. But at the moment, Twilight Princess is running really well. A Zelda game that I haven't ever played, so apologies if I have no idea where the hell I'm going right now. The thing with Zelda games is like they never really give you good directions, right? I guess that's part of the charm of it. It forces you to look around yourself. But you know, when you start playing Dead Space and you can literally just follow a line on the floor to your next objective, it just makes looking around for things a little bit annoying, doesn't it? You know, that's just me being lazy, right? So yeah, I want to progress the story here, so let's try and speak to people. He wants to make a fishing rod. As you can see, guys, we're playing this. Say we're drawing 11 watt, but we've got it set to 5, so the system's drawing what, like 5 watt by itself. It says we're going to get 2 hours and 54 minutes of battery on 76%. So I'm actually really surprised at how nicely the Wii U emulator is actually running on this. 0 fan noise. One of you guys has commented saying that because of the fan noise, because the fans are ramped down, the temps are going to be higher, but I've played GTA, Witcher, Bioshock, and the temps have never reached higher than 68. So, I mean, that's really not that bad in the sense of game temps. I mean, I've seen gaming laptops run at like 90 degrees, so I'm sure the Steam Deck will be fine running at 65 or something. Oh, God's sake, I have to bring the bloody horse with me, don't I? I guess we're going to do some herding. I wonder if there's a way of forcing this to display at 60 FPS. I mean, I'm not that bothered because it's really smooth as it is, but it'd be interesting to see how high we can get the FPS. I don't know if 60 FPS breaks anything in the game or what, but yeah. So as you can see there, I just had to compile like 4 shaders. There was a little slowdown, but it's not massive. Here we are. What's great about EmuDeck is it just completely maps your control scheme out straight away as well. So I didn't even have to set this controller scheme up. It just did it. It did it automatically. So I'm guessing I have to herd him into here. There we go. As you can see, guys, it's still a locked 30. Let's get these goats in. Saw The Northman last night. I know this is completely irrelevant, but if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. Amazing film. Robert Eggers is an amazing director. Completely irrelevant, but I just thought I'd share my opinion on it. It's just so weird because I came back on and looked at my comments last night, and one of you guys said, nice video, by the way, go see The Northman. I was like, bro, I've literally just come back from watching it. Are you stalking me or something? I just thought it was funny, but yeah, go see it, guys, it's amazing. Whilst we're herding these goats. I think it's just this little pesky one left. And he's in. Boom. Right. So that's Twilight Princess running on the Wii U emulator. Let's check out Super Mario. So as you can see, Super Mario 3D World now running on the CMU emulator via Proton. Proton's fucking insane. I keep forgetting that these aren't on Windows, like they're having to go through a separate program to be able to run. These guys at Valve are absolute wizards, mate. I'm going to skip this long cutscene, so I'll catch you guys in a second. So I chose Luigi because I just prefer Luigi to Mario. Don't hate me, but you know, I prefer Wario to both of them. Sadly, Wario's not playable in this game. They need to make a Wario version. You know, like they made a Luigi version for that new Super Mario Bros. On Wii. They need to make a Wario version. I suppose Wario's got his own games anyway, so bring back Wario Land, man. That was the shit. So as you can see, this one has to compile quite a few shaders as you're playing. So possibly this one is a good one to download all the shaders prior to playing it, but there is no massive slowdown, as you can see. Don't know why I just slid all the way down there. Yeah, so as you can see, we're running at 60 here. It says not 60, but it feels like 60. Let me just put it up. Does that make a difference? It's just hopping around either way. We'll leave it at 5 watt. But yeah, I mean, this is buttery smooth. Running perfectly. I'll do a couple of levels just to show you guys how it feels. It looks amazing, by the way. I know that this game is out on Switch, but it's definitely going to run better on this emulator than it does on the Yuzu emulator. And I don't know, Nintendo's a bit funny when it comes to seeing the Yuzu emulator in action, so I'm kind of steering away from showing that off. I do own a Wii U in these games, by the way, so just FYI. It's funny, I actually bricked my Wii U. I was, because I can't even remember how I did it. I was trying to sell it and I formatted it, forgetting that you have to do extra steps to take off the hacked firmware, and ended up bricking it, so it don't actually turn on anymore, which absolutely sucks. So I've just got a dead Wii U. I suppose I could like display it or something as like a memorable system, but wasn't massively memorable though, was it? So it might just stay in my cupboard forever. But yeah, guys, I mean, is there any other Wii U games you want to see? And there's Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which I was planning on getting, but it's weird because some of the file sizes of these games are like all these games were like 4 gigs and under, and then you've got like Tropical Freeze, which was like 13 gigs. I was like, well, how the hell is Mario 3D Land 2 gigs and this one's, you know what I mean? Like, it's got there's some weird compression issues going on with some of the ROMs, but I mean, not a big deal. I'll show them off if you want me to show them off, but I'm just trying to like, I'm gonna have to get another 512 gig stick at some point, so I've got it set up so all these emulated games are just stored on my SD card, so it's another setting that you can choose to do for EmuDeck setup. Give me back my little cat. Okay, let's just go through the pipe. Ooh. I'll tell you a gem that I absolutely love on the it's not even on the Wii U, but it's more so on the Switch. You know, Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Shout out to that game, because that game's an absolute underrated gem. Captain Toad is also one of my favourite characters. What a great guy. Exploring them ruins like Indiana Jones. He's basically Nintendo's Indiana Jones. But yeah, guys, I mean, I could spend hours playing this game anyways. It's just addicting, but you get the point. It works. So we'll move on to Wind Waker. The last game of the day, Wind Waker. Another Zelda game that I haven't actually ever finished. Really weird it makes you put in your name like this, but whatever. I do like Zelda, but there's so many games that of Zelda that I just haven't finished. Like I've done the Switch game, so I've done Breath of the Wild and the remake of Link's Awakening. I think I've done the one on 3DS where you can go into the wall, your 2D, Between Worlds, I think that one's called. Ocarina of Time I got on 3DS when it first came out. Well, when the HD version first came out, but I just got lost. I mean, this was back in the day. I think I've got a video on my channel of me unboxing that 3DS. I did. It's probably hidden now because I'm embarrassed to show it, but yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get along with the fact that it doesn't show you where to go. At the time, I was, like I say, I was used to getting shown where to go in every game, so kind of a lazy thing to pick up for a gaming, but it is what it is. As you can see though, guys, in case you had any doubt, this one runs perfectly as well. This one's a locked 30. I don't know if this one has like a 60 FPS patch, but to be fair, for the battery life and the wattage and the temps, can't ask for much more. It feels very smooth anyway. Nintendo's 30 FPS always feels way more smoother than anyone else's 30 FPS. Don't know if that's just me thinking that, but let's try and get through these cutscenes, and we can try and have a little run around. See, the only bug I encountered was with this one, and it was weird. I was trying to mess about with the TDP, and as soon as I got to run around, I opened the menu and it crashed the whole system. I had to restart the system. It wouldn't even go into sleep mode, so maybe that was a one-off bug, but the other games seem to run fine, so I'm guessing it was maybe just either this game maybe, or if it's just a bug, a one-off bug. But yeah, I don't know if these ladders are missing the whatever. And oops, I did not mean to go for a swim. I've got the control scheme is a bit weird. It's like Nintendo control, so this is A and that's B now. Kind of like mirrored. I might want to change that around, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, as you can see, guys, it's like all these Wii games seem to run at like a low TDP. They're locked, not normal frame rate. No drops. The sound is perfect. No weird issues with the sound. Very impressive with the CMU emulator, especially because it's running on ProSom. Oh, little Timmy needs his gem. Want me to go get your gem, little Jimmy? Let's go. I'm gonna steal it. Thanks, bud. Bye. I'll tell you what we can... Oh, this guy teaches you how to crawl. Let's have a look. So, literally, the control scheme is mapped just how you'd expect it to be mapped. Got it. I got it. Alright, let's do some sword training. Yeah, it's very tutorial island kind of stuff, but that's what you get at the start of a game. It's funny because Link's has like an extensive tutorial and it's just like, right, bye, go do what you need to do. Like, it doesn't tell you anything else or where to go or whatever. It just like teaches you the basics and just sends you on your way. Alright, row. A rolling attack. Is that what he means? Run as fast as you can and press A to roll. Oh, there we go. Just literally roll into his wall. I vandalise all of his stuff. Yes. We'll do a bit of sword fighting and then we'll leave it there. But there will be a Wii video, don't worry. I've got Super Mario Galaxy 2 running perfectly. A little few quirks with the Wii, but once you get it sorted, it runs at 60. I'll be sure to show you how it works, but as far as like leaving it and setting it up goes, the CMU emulator is pretty solid, so that's why I kind of wanted to show it first. Okay. Oh, I'm pressing B. What are you where? Yeah, that is B. Okay, maybe you didn't want me to lock on. Okay. I've heard some good things about Wind Waker. You guys like Wind Waker? I know a few people were kind of put off by the cartoony art style, but it looks pretty cute. I like the idea of just having a ship and being able to go to different islands too. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're doing a different kind of move now. Okay. Yay. Anyway guys, that is Wind Waker HD. Definitely worth playing this one over the GameCube version. It's why I kind of didn't show it off on the GameCube emulator, because I wanted to get it running on the Wii U emulator. So, like I say, Wii video tomorrow, and yeah, I'll catch you guys then.